This is what I've been waiting for 3.5 years. I can't show you it because it's top secret. It's my JPL badge. I finally have one. It is real, and I'm very excited. So, join me for a rather celebratory Tech Tuesday as we discuss how to get into data science. Okay, hello and welcome to everybody. Thanks for joining me again at this Tech Tuesday. If it's your first time here, welcome to the channel. My name is Tom and I'm a data scientist for NASA JPL. And so as I'm at the lab today and this week, I'm in Pasadena, California, I thought that it would be quite a good excuse to do a vlog about how to become a data scientist. You know, if you're interested in data or interested in maths and statistics, you know, that type of thing, and you're looking for a career path in computing, or maybe data science is something that you'd be interested in getting involved with. So how do you become a data scientist? Personally, I suspect an awful lot of data scientists become data scientists sort of by accident rather than design. It's highly unlikely you're going to leave primary school thinking you're going to work with numbers and computers and are going to help businesses or organizations better understand their data. That's an unlikely scenario. You'll probably end up in data science out of pure curiosity and the fact that it feels like a reasonably interesting job to work in. And you'd be right. The variety that there is to offer in the data science field is immense. You can go all the way from, you know, DevOps-y style data science platform design through to machine learning, through to business intelligence and reporting, dashboard design. You know, there's a whole breadth of different aspects of data science and data manipulation that you can get into if that's what takes your fancy. So if you're good at back-end design, if you're good at front-end design, if you're good at user experience, you know, that's all stuff that falls into this data science bracket, because it's highly unlikely that someone who's very skilled at UX and UI is going to be highly skilled at data processing and platform design. You know, they can be, it's not to say that they aren't, but you know, you'll specialize in a certain field when you come to work in data science, much like any other part of IT. So how do you get a foothold in data science? Well, a degree certainly helps. You know, getting a computer science degree will certainly help get a foothold into the industry, but it's certainly not the only way to get in. I don't have a degree and I seem to have done all right for myself. But if you have a degree specializing in some portion of data science is going to be useful when it comes to getting a job in that field later in life. Getting experience obviously is another big starting point. And so, you know, aiming to go and work for one of the world's megacorps maybe isn't the best place to start, but finding a business that's got an interest in gaining more insight out of their data and being able to provide a service to developers and users and business owners and, you know, the like in businesses can certainly be a good way to get started. It's how I got started. And it gave me a good grounding and overall experience about how different parts of platforms work, what I felt I could do and what I couldn't do, you know, what I enjoyed doing. And so, you know, finding a business that will allow you to sort of thrive and flourish and learn, keep on learning as a data scientist is something that's going to be very important to you making those next steps of your career. Another good way of progressing your knowledge and experience in the data science field is volunteering. An awful lot of data science platforms are open source based. They may be commercial in the way that you use them, but a lot of them have an open source core to them that you can hack on, develop, learn more about without having to spend money on, you know, license fees and all that type of stuff. So get involved in open source data development communities. There's many of them. The Apache Software Foundation has a whole range of different data platforms that you can go and, you know, interact with, and communities that you can go and engage with that will help you as a person improve your skills, improve, like, if you're not a programmer, it'll probably help, you'll probably end up learning how to program a bit. But you can help with documentation, you can just be part of the community. That way you increase your network and you also increase your experience in different platforms and the way that things work. So what skills should you have if you're interested in data science? And this is a tough one to answer because it depends on what you want to get into. But I'll give you a clue by explaining what I do on a pretty regular basis. So I deal an awful lot with search portals. I deal a lot with web front ends. I deal an awful lot with scripted backends and platform design. And so I have experience creating websites with React, the React web framework. I have experience in Elasticsearch. I have experience in normal SQL. Like, if anyone tells you that you don't, SQL's old and is going to go away, that's complete lies. So having a good grounding in SQL query design and optimization, that type of stuff will get you a long way in the data science field. But then also having just a good understanding, well-rounded understanding about how data processing works, how data gets from the source to the user, and what steps happen in between that allow the data to be transformed into something that's actually meaningful for the consumer. So having a well-rounded understanding about data flow and data topology is always a good bet. In terms of programming languages, we've touched on SQL, which you may not think is as a programming language, but it is. Python these days is huge in the data science field. So you don't have to be a Python guru, but being able to write some Python so that you can get data into and out of a Python notebook to demo software, writing Python scripts just to, ETL some data a little bit. That stuff will certainly help. If you want to get involved in the larger data processing projects, certainly knowing some Java would go amiss. It's all stuff that you can pick up as you go along. You don't have to be an expert in all of this stuff, just like you don't have to be an expert in web design. It's just something that I'm also not an expert in web design, but I know how to build, web sites that allow users to interact with their data. So these are all skills that I picked up along the way, and stuff that, if you want to be a data scientist, it's a good starting point to have some experience in these. And then once you've got that experience, figuring out where to prioritize your learning as you go forward. Another facet of working in the data science field, we touched on it earlier, is your network. Growing a network of like-minded users, going to meetups, going to conferences, meeting other people is key in this field. There's an awful lot of different businesses all using data in different ways, and it aids learning, and it aids when you want to find a new path in your career, or if you want to swap jobs or something. Having a network that you can ask around in, be it Twitter-based, LinkedIn-based, real-world-based, or a combination of all of those and more, the network will help you in your career. So, put effort into creating that network. I got my job at JPL from having a network, and I wanted to change my role, change my job, change what I was doing. So I emailed a bunch of people, and as luck would have it, my now manager at JPL turned around and said if I hung on, there might be a job coming open that I could fill. And 3.5 years later, I'm still there. So building a network which will allow you to ask your peers and colleagues and friends for help, information, tips, referrals, all that type of stuff, as is in every job, but it seems very prevalent in the data science community, very key, because of the speed that the industry moves at. If you want to learn new technologies, you may have to move jobs. You may not be able to stay in the same role forever, because in a lot of certainly smaller businesses, you'll implement some sort of framework and then you'll iterate over the top of it, but you're not going to spend the rest of your career building out new bits and pieces. It becomes the reporting platform of choice or the data processing pipeline of choice, and new requirements will come in, but the technologies will often largely stay the same. So if you want variety in your career, you might find that switching jobs, not frequently, but switching jobs to find the position you want is something that happens pretty often. Or becoming a freelancer, which is exactly how I sort of progressed to where I am now. So I realized that I wanted more variety in my job, because after years of doing the same sales-based dashboarding, becoming a sales business intelligence driven developer was getting a bit tedious. So finding a job like I did allowed me to learn new technologies, do different things. And I think, if you want variety in your job, quite often, especially in data science, chopping and changing seems to be a good way of gaining that experience. So I hope a few of those tips sort of gave you a good idea about how to get started in data science. If you want to know more, feel free to put something in the comments below. I'll happily answer any questions for any budding data scientists out there who want to get involved in the industry. This is something that you'll find so many of us do. We're happy to give back. We're happy to offer our knowledge, experience, tips where we can to help new people coming into the sector, find a place where they're comfortable and allow them to develop themselves as well. So if you've got any questions, please do put them in the comments. If you have liked this vlog, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't liked it, give it a thumbs down, but please tell me why so I can improve next time. If you want to find the next Tech Tuesday, feel free to hit the subscribe button, which is somewhere down, it's down here somewhere. Hit the subscribe button and you will be notified by YouTube next time I release a video, which, as you've guessed by the name, is generally every Tuesday. Thanks for watching. See you next time.